Very good morning. We already discussed 2025 model question paper part A, that's a physics. Now we are going to discuss part B, chemistry. These question papers are very useful. Uh, Set 1 and set 2, whatever the question papers are there. From these question papers, some questions will repeat in your main exam 1, 2 and 3. So be prepared. uh, Practice these question papers more and more. Okay. uh, so let's start part B. Question main number 7, choose the correct alternative and write the complete answer. They asked a multiple choice questions, total 3 questions are there. Okay. 13th one question, an alloy that is made up of copper and zinc. Okay, then alloy that made up of copper and zinc, it's a brass. Option C, right answer. Then 14th one, the reactant that exchange ions by reacting each other and form a precipitate among the following are. Okay, whatever the reaction undergoes a double displacement or double decomposition, that only exchange ions and produce a precipitates. If we see here, what sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid also undergo a double displacement or double decomposition, but they not produce a precipitate. So option D, barium chloride and sodium sulfate, it's right answer. Whenever barium chloride reacts with a sodium sulfate, it produces a barium sulfate. And sodium chloride is what, it is dissolvable in water, but barium sulfate, whatever is there, that's a precipitate. The next 15th one question, the gas liberated when sodium bicarbonate reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid is. Okay, whenever the carbonates and bicarbonates reacts with the acids, they liberate a carbon dioxide. Option A, right answer. Option A, right answer. Then question main number 7, answer the following questions. Okay, 1 mark questions these are. Total 3 questions are there, each carrying 1 mark. Mention any 2 methods to prevent the corrosion of iron materials. Okay, oiling, greasing, painting, galvanization, alloying. These are the what methods to prevent corrosion. Next 17th one question. In a homologous series, if the first member of a hydrocarbon group has the molecular formula of C2H4, then find the formula for fifth, they asked. Okay, then it's a hexene, C6H12. Then question number 18, thermite process has wider industrial applications. Why? Thermite process is highly exothermic and iron is obtained in a molten form. Question main number 9, answer the following questions. Okay, each carrying 2 marks, total 3 questions are there, 3 2s are 6. The 19th one question, balance the following chemical equation. Okay, iron sulfate reacts with the with the help of heat, decompose to give iron oxide and sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. So we want to balance here. Here iron Fe2 is there, that's why we have to take here 2. Okay, to balance this one, 2 4s oxygen 8 occurred, then here 3 are there, here 3 2. Okay, remaining all thing balanced, then same, methane reacts with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide and water. Okay, here 2 oxygen, here 1, total 3 oxygens are there, here only 2 are there, that's why it's need to balance. Then how, what we have to do, we have to take here what oxygen is multiplied with 2. If oxygen is multiplied with 2, 2 2s are 4 oxygens in where LHS side. Then RHS side, what to make it oxygen as a 2, in front of water we also take a 2, then here, so 2H2O. Then remaining all things, here hydrogen, how many hydrogens are the 4, here also hydrogen 4, carbon here also 1, carbon here also 1, then oxygen uh, 4, and here also 4. LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, in the simple way, and in the what we shortcut way how to balance the what chemical reactions in Kannada. I explained in one video. Go and watch that video, particular video I made for this. Then question number 20, what are alkynes? Write the molecular and structural formula of benzene. Alkynes, hydrocarbons having a triple bond between carbon atoms. Those are called as alkynes. Their general formula CnH2n -2. Okay, they are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Then what they asked, what molecular and structural formula of benzene? They asked molecular formula C6H6 benzene, and structural formula like this also we can able to write R, this one. Okay, 6 carbon atoms are arranged in hexagonal shape. For each carbon we arrange 6 hydrogen atoms. Each carbon atom gets one hydrogen atom, and alternatively we keep double bond to maintain the tetravalency. Question number 21, write the properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds are solids and are what somewhat hard, have a high melting point and boiling point. Okay, HP what HM and what HP and BP are high boiling point and melting point. Then next, are generally soluble in water and insoluble in solvents such as kerosene and petrol. Conduct electricity in the solution state. Okay, these are what bad conductor of electricity at what solid state. Solution state and at molten state they are good conductor of electricity. For this question they asked R type question. If you want to write the properties of ionic compound, if you know, you can able to write this answer. Otherwise, okay, they asked for this question another one R type question. That's a give reason. Aluminium oxide is called amphoteric oxide. Aluminium oxide reacts with both acids as well as a bases to produce salts and water. That's why it the aluminium oxide acts as acidic also, and it acts as a basic also. That's why it is called as a amphoteric oxide. Then B, calcium floats on water. The bubbles of hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of calcium metal, so it starts to float. Question made number 10, 3 marks question. It's a 3 mark question. Total 3 questions are there. 3 3s are 9. Draw the diagram of arrangement of apparatus used to show the reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid and testing hydrogen gas by burning, and label zinc. Whatever the set 1, they ask a diagram, that one and this one. In these both, every year they ask one. So must and should you have to practice this one, and the question paper whatever in chemistry part they ask a diagram, that one. Okay, out of these one definite will come in your exam. That's why it's a VVIMP. Okay, then we have to see the arrangement. They took stand, test tube, then rubber cock, delivery tube, and zinc granules in test tube. They added sulfuric acid in test tube, and whatever delivery tube, whenever the zinc granules reacts with the sulfuric acid, they produce a hydrogen gas. That hydrogen gas, okay, transferred with the help of delivery tube to the soap solution, and whatever the soap solution in container, it's bubbles are created. Whenever the bubbles, hydrogen is a lighter element, so it start to float or fly. Then whenever the bubbles are flying, with the help of a stick, matchstick, if we bring a light of that matchstick near the bubble, it gives a brighter light, or what we making with a sound, it bursts. So with the help of this experiment, what we understand means hydrogen catches a fire. It's a whatever the liberated gas is there, it's hydrogen, because hydrogen burns brightly. Question number 3, among the materials sodium carbonate, calcium oxychloride, calcium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, calcium sulfate, hemihydrate, which compound is used to make a drinking water free from germs? Okay, it's a calcium oxychloride. Calcium oxychloride, where it's here. Which compound is used to make a drinking water free from germs? That's a calcium oxychloride. Then next, which compound is used in used in soda acid fire extinguisher? That's a sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate, or sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, that's also called as a sodium bicarbonate. The next one, which compound does a doctor use to give a support to fractured bones in the right position. That's a calcium sulfate hemihydrate. It's called as a gypsum. Okay, POP, not gypsum. With the help of gypsum, we prepare POP. Okay, calcium sulfate hemihydrate. It's a POP. They use a POP. That's the third one, where it's a calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Okay. Then to question number 24. Write the differences between calcination and roasting. How is pure zinc metal will be obtained by these processes? Calcination, the process of heating carbonate ore strongly in the presence of limited air. It's called as a what? Calcination. Roasting, the process of heating the sulfides ore strongly in the presence of excess of air. Okay, limited air, excess of air. Okay, limited air in where? Calcination. Excess of air when? Roasting. Okay, both definitions are same. Then carbon dioxide is produced in this process. Which process? Calcination process. Okay, then sulfur dioxide is produced in this process. Which process? A roasting process. Then purification of zinc. See, when zinc carbonate undergoes a calcination, it produces a zinc oxide. See, zinc carbonate undergoes a calcination. What it produce? It produces a zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Then when zinc sulfide undergoes a roasting, which one? Roasting. Here also zinc oxide produced, here also zinc oxide produced. Then whatever the zinc oxide produced, those are what? Reduced with the help of coke or carbon, we get a pure zinc. Okay. Then zinc sulfide also undergoes a roasting. What it gives? It gives a zinc oxide. See, here also zinc oxide. Okay, then here also zinc oxide, and what it produces? It produces sulfur dioxide. And whenever we reduce with the help of carbon monoxide is produced. And in last step we get a pure zinc metal. Question main number 11. Answer the following questions. It's a 4-mark question. One question they ask. Explain the substitution reaction in hydrocarbon with example. Saturated hydrocarbons are fairly unreactive, but undergo substitution reactions in the presence of sunlight. Chlorine can replace the hydrogen atoms one by one. See, here methane reacts with the chlorine. It gives a trichloromethane and hydrochloric acid. In next step, trichloromethane reacts with the chlorine, and what it gives? It gives a dichloro, CH2Cl2. Okay, one hydrogen is reduced and one chlorine is increased, and here also HCl. Okay, like that same only. It's a trichloromethane, it's a dichloromethane. Okay, trichloromethane and tetrachloromethane. CCl4. Like this, one by one products are obtained with the help of substitution reaction. Here only single reaction they given in textbook, single. In old textbook they given all 4 reactions of a substitution. Question B. Explain the mechanism of cleaning action of soaps. Most dirt is oily in nature, and oil does not dissolve in water. The ionic end of a soap interacts with water while the carbon chain interacts with oil. The soap molecule thus form a structure called micelle. Because whenever we see the soap molecule, its structure is like this. Okay, it's ionic end and it's a hydrocarbon chain. It reacts with water and this chain reacts with the oil. And whenever this dirt is there, it reacts with like this dirt. It forms a ball-like structure. That ball-like structure is called a micelles, where one end of the molecule is towards the oil droplet while the ionic end faces outside. This forms an emulsion. Whenever we beat the cloth, or whenever we rinse the cloth, the micelles will come out of the cloths, and whatever the water is there, it forms an emulsion. Okay, small particles are formed, those nothing but micelles. That creates emulsion. The soap micelles thus helps in pulling out the dirt in water, and we can wash our clothes clean. For this question they asked another one R-type question, A and B. See, carbon atoms do not form cations and anions. Okay, C4 minus anion and C4 plus cations. Why? Carbon can gain 4 electrons, but it would be difficult for nucleus with 6 protons to hold on to 10 electrons. It's a very difficult because how many protons are there? 6. But after if it gains 4 electrons, then total 10. Holding 10 electrons, it's a highly impossible. That's okay. That is 4 extra electrons. Okay, then it can lose 4 electrons, but if would it would require a larger amount of energy to remove 4 electrons, leaving behind a carbon cation with 6 protons in its nucleus, but holding on to just 2 electrons. That's why this is also not possible. That's why C4 minus and C4 plus carbon will not form. It will not form cations also. It will not form anions also. It forms only covalent bond, and with the help of covalent bond it creates a covalent substances. Okay, in some exceptional cases calcium carbide, okay, like those exceptional cases, it will form ionic bond also. Ionic compound carbon also gives ionic compounds also. Exceptional case, that's a. Then B, write the electrons dot structure of nitrogen molecule and ethane molecule. Nitrogen molecule, nitrogen's atomic number 7. Then electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 3. Then outermost orbit, how many electrons are there? 3 electrons are there. Those 3 electrons of a single nitrogen reacts with another single nitrogen and they forms a bond. 3 bonds. Okay, that's why it's a n plus n, n2, n plus n, n2. Same, in the same way, ethane, C2H6, C2, I think it's ethene, not ethane. Ethane, what? C2H8, H6 will occur. Okay, right, ethane only. C2H6, 2 carbon atoms are there, 6 hydrogen atoms are there. Okay, and in each carbon and hydrogen, single bond is there, and in between carbon, double bond is there. In between carbon, single bond is there. Very sorry, in between carbon, single bond is there. Okay, this is the dot structure. This is the structural formula. H, 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 H. Okay, this arrangement only shown in dot structure. Then next part C, that's a biology. Okay, biology we have to discuss in next clip. Okay, hopefully these videos are helpful for you. If you feel these are helpful, then send to your friends and other groups who they want to join my classes, okay, related to English medium. Okay, send me a message or WhatsApp me 94810 35821, 94810 35821. With the help of this number, 10th standard group I created, you can able to join that group also, and whatever the videos I prepare, okay, if you want to get a notification of those videos, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.